G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a comparison video between the Cloud Defensive MCH EDC and the Cloud Defensive MCH HC. That is Mission Configurable Handheld High Candela versus the Mission Configurable Handheld Everyday Carry. Let's check it out. Alrighty, so these are the boxes that they came in. So the EDC came in a very blank box. It has a sticker on the front there, but nothing on the top. The High Candela has a sticker on the top, nothing on the front. So no real continuity there, but not a big deal. Now, inside both boxes, you're going to get an 18650 unprotected lithium-ion cell. And this is what that cell looks like. So here it is here, Cloud Defensive, 3000 milliamp, 3.6 volt, 15 amp, unprotected lithium ion cell. Also in each box, you will get a Cloud Defensive Nightcore branded dual charger. So this is where you charge your cells, and I will only charge them in this just because they're unprotected. I don't know too much about batteries, and this is what Cloud Defensive recommends. This is what I'll charge it in. Obviously, you get a cord, plug it into one end of the charger, plug it into the wall, good to go. And these little LEDs here will flash blue whilst charging, and then when all three are constant blue, it's fully charged, so take the batteries off. You'll also get a set of ND protectors, negligent discharge protection rings. And if you can see here, I got black rings with the High Candela version because the High Candela version, I got clear anodized color. And I got flat dark earth color because I got a flat dark earth colored EDC. So really nice to see that they actually take the time to give you different colored ND protectors depending on what color light you get. That's a nice touch. All right, so before anything, let's show you how the ND protectors work. And they are very, very simple. So I'll just show you on the EDC. So basically what they're meant to be designed to do is they're meant to prevent you from accidentally discharging the tail cap, right? Now, I don't work in a profession that if I accidentally discharge the tail cap, I might die. So I don't really use them. The reason I don't use them is because this tail clicky is so bloody good. It is so big. It is so responsive. It's easy to hit with just the pad of your thumb. It's just awesome that I don't want to mess around with the ND protectors. However, they are a nice touch. I've never seen a company do this, so they're a nice touch. Now, I'll just show you that they are all different sizes, okay? So same in the black versions as well. All different sizes there. So starting with the smallest size, this one is, well, they're very, very useful to momentary, the lowest size. And obviously you can see here that they've got threads, and then the inside of the tail cap has got threads as well. So you place it in, and sometimes it's difficult to get the thread right. But when you do get the thread right, you just thread this baby in. So the smallest one looks like that. It kind of shrouds the tail cap around the bottom end, which pushes it up a little bit, makes it really nice and easy to momentary. And of course, you can push it in and constant on. Doesn't really protect too much in terms of stopping you discharging the light, but it's a nice touch to be able to give you, it shrouds some of it whilst allowing some of it to poke up the top as well. So it's not too bad. Next is the medium one, and this one is probably my favorite because it does protect the tail clicky very, very well, but also there's a little bit of protrusion from the tail clicky so that momentarying is just a dream. It's an utter dream with this one. And constant on as well, of course, but momentarying is just fantastic with this medium, the middle size ND protector. And again, just unscrewing it. Now you only need to hand tighten these, Cloud says. You don't have to, get a spanner and wrench it in or anything. Now this is the tallest one. This is going to completely shroud your tail clicky. So as we see here, there is absolutely no tail clicky protruding there. And if I show you there, it's actually recessed quite a bit. So momentary is not the easiest thing here because you do have to kind of get your thumb all the way in Same with constant on. You got to very intentionally hit it to constant on, but it protects the tail clicky very easily. So they are the ND protectors. Some people may say they're useless or pointless or whatever. Personally, I think they're a really good touch. I like having them. When would I use them? Well, if I was taking this light into a very rugged or rigorous situation, I would probably put one of the ND protectors on. I'd probably put the medium or the highest one on because I don't want to damage this gorgeous tail cap, tail clicky. So for that reason, I would do it. Otherwise, the way I operate with these lights is simply just like this. So I use these lights without any ND protectors because I love the size of that tail clicky, and it just is a dream to use, basically. All right, so let's talk differences between these two. So obviously the bodies are identical, absolutely identical, different colors, of course. The differences are in the LEDs. Now, I don't know what LEDs that Cloud uses. I have read a few different suggestions that people have made on certain light forums, and I don't know. If I had to guess, I might be able to try and guess the high Candela version as a W2, but I could be wrong. This one here, I would say, the EDC, I would say, is potentially some sort of Cree XP H high, 5,000 Kelvin. I mean, I'm just guessing. But these lights are very, very similar in physical bodies and very, very different in their performance. Now, I'm not going to go over everything that I normally go over in my reviews because I have reviewed this EDC light separately. I have reviewed the high Candela version separately as well. So if you want to see the detailed review, go and check out the solo reviews that I've done of these. This, I just basically want to compare the difference in performance. Now, before I do, I just want to touch on the fact that obviously this one's got a theorem switchback and this one doesn't. That is because I like to be able to use my lights with a theorem or without. So the reason I don't have the theorem on both or the deep carry pocket clip on both is because I like to switch it out. The thing I love about these lights is I can just switch the heads out. For example, if I wanted my high Candela head on the body with the deep carry pocket clip, I just swap them out. So take this EDC head off, take the high Candela head off, and put the high Candela on the EDC body, EDC head on the high Candela body, which is just the same body really. And now I've got high Candela with my deep carry pocket clip everyday carry version, and I've got the EDC on the theorem. So I love that about these lights. You can swap them out, change them. That's really, really cool. So I only need to have a theorem on one, deep carry pocket clip on the other, and I got the best of both worlds. All right, let's swap them back. Now you'll notice as well that these two lights are programmed differently. So these lights offer 5 programs. Program 1 is 100%. That's it. That's all you get, single output. Program 2 is always comes on in low, which is 10%, and then high, which is 100%. Program 3 is the opposite, always comes on in high and then low, which is what I have my high Candela version in. Always comes on in high, off, on, low. If I turn it off in low, leave it for a little bit, bang, always comes on in high, off, on, low. Program 4 is always comes on in ultra low, which is 5% of the max output, and then low, 10%, and then high. And program 5 is what I have my EDC in, which is always comes on in high, off on goes to low, off on again goes to ultra low. So really nice to have that ultra low option in EDC. If you notice, both of these lights are programmed to come on in high first because I want them always to come on in high first just in case I need high. But then the high Candela only, I've got it programmed for just high low, whereas the EDC, I've got it programmed for high, low, ultra low. So to be able to program these lights is amazing. And the diversity of the programs, I believe, is perfect. It's perfection. You've got everything you need. High, medium, ultra low, or high low, or low high, or high only. I mean, come on. Maybe they could have added a low only, but why would you do that when you've got 2 programs that start off in low, one that starts off in low, one that starts off in ultra low, and once you turn it off, wait a couple of seconds, it's going to start back on in that output anyway. So I don't know why you need to momentary low or ultra low, but anyway, I could be wrong. All right, so let's have a look at the differences on the wall. Now, both of them are going to start off in their high modes. So that is the high Candela, that is the EDC. Now, okay, obviously we've got a massive difference here. So here, I think we've got 6,500 kelvins. Here we've got 5,000 kelvins. Look at the difference. I mean, as an EDC light over here, how perfect is that, man? That's just amazing. High Candela over here is, damn, it's high Candela. It's really, really bright, actually. Now, let's talk specs for a second. So Cloud only gives you the specs of what these lights offer on high, which is what they're on now. So the EDC version is 1,700 lumens, 40,000 Candela, 5,000 Kelvin, and 65 meters. The high Candela offers 1,100 lumens, 80,000 Candela, 75 minutes of runtime, and 6,500 kelvins. So they are the differences in the specs between them. And just look at that, man. I mean, they are apples and oranges, aren't they? It's why I got both of them for different applications. Now, I'm going to let them cool down a bit. We're going to do a heat test, but just from that little bit, the high Candela version got a lot hotter than the EDC. So let's do a heat test now and see how they go. We will let that cool down, and I'll do the EDC first, and then we'll go the high Candela. All right, after a minute and a half, we got to 39.6 degrees Celsius. And yep, does feel quite toasty. Now let's do the high Candela and see what we can get after a minute and a half. All right, after a minute and a half, we got to 46 degrees Celsius. So very interesting, because the EDC is giving you 1,700 lumens. The high Candela is giving you 1,100, so 1,100 lumens. So 600 lumens more, and yet way more heat in the high Candela. So this LED is giving you more heat with more intensified light, and even the body's hot with this, man. I mean, it's not over hot. I could definitely happily hold it this way with the theorem, or I could even hold it like that if I wanted to. But the head, woo, it got hot. All right, let's take these outside, check out how they do in two different locations, and then we will come back for some final thoughts and prices and everything like that. See you in a sec. All right, here's the EDC, and that's the high Candela, the HC. EDC, HC. So, HC, tighter hotspot all the way down there, but then the EDC, look at that, warmer color and just a broader spectrum of light. Look to the sides, see that? Aiming at that tree there, the HC, you can still see the sides, but not like the EDC can. It just lights up everything. HC, EDC. HC, EDC. I'll aim it, yeah, that tree there. HC, EDC. HC, EDC. HC. God, it's got some good reach, doesn't it, the high Candela, EDC. But then the EDC gets everything the high Candela is getting too, actually. Just gets it with more clarity, the high Candela. See that fence all the way down there? That's high Candela there. But then that's the EDC as well. Still getting it. High Candela. Everyday carry. Let's go up, see how this looks. Everyday carry. High Candela. Oh yeah, that's nice. Everyday. High Candela. All right. I'm out of here. See you. All right, so there's the high Candela there, and there's the EDC. High Candela, getting that tree. EDC, not quite, but look at the size difference in the hotspot. There's the EDC, HC. So So that's the difference. High Candela, EDC. Oh, I love that color in the EDC. How about over here? EDC, HC. EDC, HC. EDC, HC. All right. I hope that's good enough. See ya. All right, so what did we think? Look, as expected, the high Candela is going to go further and the EDC is not. But is the light difference, the amount of lumens coming out and the spread of the light, is there much of a difference there? I don't know what the camera showed, but I would argue yes. I would argue that the size of the hotspot in the EDC and the amount of light that is coming out of it is going to be much more beneficial for peripheral vision. As in, I'm not talking human peripheral vision, but peripheral to the hotspot vision. Whereas the high Candela version, it still offers spill, but it is perfect for those long distance visions that you want. So if you want to see something at a distance, up a tower, at the back of a fence or something like that, high Candela version is going to offer you the clarity for that. Whereas the EDC is going to offer you more clarity of spread right in front of you, basically. Now, which one would you choose? Depends on your application. For me, if I had to choose which one, I don't want to sit on the fence, but I'm going to have to say I would choose them for different things. So just as I said, the high Candela version I would use if I wanted to see something at a distance, obviously. But for everything else, EDC. Color temperature, lumens, even spread of light, it's the EDC all day. And that's actually why I've got these lights in these configurations, because the high Candela version, I have the theorem on so that I can pull it out of my pocket quickly and see something at a distance or use as a self-defense tool. Whereas the EDC, I've got the deep carry pocket clip on it because I like to carry this deep carry when I carry this, and I do carry this one more than this one. But as I showed in the video, you can swap the heads around and put the EDC on the body with the theorem without having to mess around and change the theorem and O-rings and all that sort of stuff. So I love that. Now, these lights come in at $239 US from Cloud Defensive. They have lifetime warranties, and for us Australians, that's a lot more than 240 bucks. But I believe they are well worth it. I do. I think that they're for a light enthusiast, for someone who loves to see different styles of lights and things like that. I feel that the Cloud Defensive offers you a brilliant product. It is expensive, but lifetime warranty, built very well, made well, perform well. So, you know, what more do you want? And they're very innovative with their, you know, ND protectors and their awesome deep carry pocket clip. So, you know, you make your decision, but I like them. I like the brand. I like the lights. All right, I think I covered everything. So thanks for watching. Until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.